So you want to make money trading meme coins? Today I'm going to teach you guys 3 things that you need to avoid in order to be successful trading them. Now these 3 things are super duper important, and all of them have an acronym, and I'm going to teach you guys if you learn these 3 things, which you're not going to learn anywhere else, okay? In addition to that, some people even charge to teach you this. So what I'm going to teach you guys is golden. So you're going to want to make sure you share this with your friends, you rewatch this video, because if you learn to avoid these 3 things, you are going to become very profitable when it comes to trading meme coins. Now, this is not financial advice, but I do want to let you guys know that I personally use these 3 things to make sure we have a 95+% win rate within our TG group. So if you guys want to join that, make sure you guys check out our link over there on X. So make sure you guys follow us on X. So with that being said, guys, let's talk about these 3 things. Let's talk about the fundamentals, and let's talk how you could become very successful when trading coins. Now, with that being said, guys, I personally use Bullish to trade, fastest bot right now for Solana, so I highly recommend that. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a look at a couple coins here. We're going to take a look at, let's look at this Rocky one, right? So this Rocky one is at 1 million. It's actually doing very, very well. And the great thing about this Rocky coin, it's a perfect example of what I'm going to talk about right now. So the first rule that I'm going to be teaching you guys is called, and this one's one that's commonly known, commonly used, and that is FOMO. Now, FOMO is the reason why so many people lose money in this space. Because that is the main proper reason people just don't trade properly. So for example, what exactly is FOMO? FOMO means fear of missing out, and fear of missing out is extremely important because what tends to happen here, this particular one right here, this is where FOMO kicks in. You probably see Rocky being tweeted, you see Rocky being posted on TG, you see Rocky everywhere, and you come and you say, you know what? I am going to buy right here. Boom, buying. All right. So I'm buying. So you bought at 1 mil, and you literally are seeing right now exactly what's happening with this buy, right? You see, you had a dip. So right now you're kind of stuck because you FOMO'd in. You're stuck at this 1 million mark. And yes, this coin in particular could probably do a reversal, which I think it will. And this coin could probably bounce up all the way to 2 mil, right? But this is not always the case. So when you FOMO in, which is one of the biggest mistakes you need to avoid, is when you start losing money. And that is extremely important. So you got to learn not to FOMO in. I know this is the most common one. This is why I wanted to start with this one. But that is the one mistake I see a lot of new people that are coming into the space make. They FOMO in. So FOMO is fear of missing out and buying the top. That's basically what that means. You see this running up, you're like, oh crap, I'm going to buy 5 SOL. Boom, right? You bought in. And that is exactly what happens. All right, so the next one is SAB, and SAB basically stands for sell at the bottom. So this is a mistake a lot of people actually make, and basically what happens is you buy up here, okay? You buy up here. I wish this lets me move this around here. So you buy up here, right? You bought right there, and what tends to happen is you see this dip, okay? You see this dip, and what happens is you sell. Okay, a lot of people make this mistake. This is a very commonly made mistake that you see this big, you bought up the top, and I didn't buy here at the top because if you notice, this actually had a higher top. This is actually buying at the bottom, but you bought at the top, and the chart starts dumping, and you sell. Now, this is going to be a perfect strategy that you need to learn because this is going to be dependent on chart. This doesn't always, it doesn't always apply to the rule of thumb, but with that being said, a lot of people do this. So a lot of people will buy the top, they see the chart dumping, and they sell. So what that does is it makes you lose money. So we go back to the Rocky coin. If you saw right here, if you FOMO'd in, right, and you see the chart dipping, you're like, oh crap, I'm already down, negative 20, and boom, you sell. Okay, so that is called SAP. So not sell at bottom. A lot of people do that, and unfortunately, in this space, a lot of people manipulate these charts on purpose in order for you to sell. So a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? I bought down here. I'm going to start selling just a little bit, make sure it dips a little bit more so I can just sweep in here and buy again and get more profit. So SAB is a very interesting strategy that a lot of people use to manipulate the charts, but there are a lot of mistakes that you need to avoid, except for example, SAB, which a lot of people that are new in the space do, which is they buy high and they sell low. And the reason they sell low is they're selling at a negative. And selling at a negative is one of the biggest mistakes you could actually make. Okay, selling at the bottom is one of the biggest mistakes that you could actually make in this space. And this is going to lead us perfectly into the third thing you need to avoid. So just to cover it real quick, you need to avoid FOMOing in, you need to avoid sabbing, and number 3, you need to learn to FOL. Okay, so FOL. Now, FOL is a very important one because it kind of goes hand in hand with FOMO. It goes hand in hand with SAB. And FOL means fear of losing. So fear of losing, what that actually means. Okay, so for example, this is a perfect example that I'm going to give you here on this chart. So what are we doing here? Right now, I literally bought, if you guys notice right here, okay, I bought right here. I bought, let me see. I bought almost $700 I bought in here. And this one right here, guys, when I purchased this one, this dumped, okay? And when it dumped, a lot of people would panic here, and a lot of people would be like, oh my goodness, it is time for me to get out of this coin because I'm losing money. But when you learn to not have and avoid FOL, which is the fear of losing, you are going to learn not to make too many mistakes in this, when it comes to trading coins. The reason I always tell you guys, if you guys follow me on TG, if you follow me on X, one of the most important things when it comes to trading is you need to only gamble, because this is gambling basically. You need to learn to invest only what you could afford to lose. So if tomorrow comes and you're like, crap, I lost $100, I lost $1,000, I lost $5,000, and you're like, I did what I could, it was a big gamble play, and I lost it, that's perfectly fine. But the problem that tends to happen is a lot of people get under stress and they're like, I put in $1,000, this chart is dipping, oh my goodness, I'm going to start panicking. And that causes you to SAB, and it causes you to FOMO, because the reason that is because you have a fear of losing that money that you're putting in that are going to cause you to make a lot of mistakes. So if we look at this chart, for example, right here, I could be like, oh crap, this is going down. I got to sell, right? So instead of me selling, I bought the bottom, right? And we keep writing this and you're like, oh crap, you bought over there and look what it's doing, right? Look what the chart's doing, right? The chart's actually going down. You got to start panicking. No, you know what I did? I bought more, okay? Because currently right now, I do not have the fear of losing this. Okay, there is no fear there. A lot of people would probably have bought here and started selling like right here because you're like, oh my goodness, it's crazy, I'm panicking. I don't have a fear on that. And that is what makes you guys become very successful when it comes to trading these coins. Because if you guys see you guys will see a lot of videos, you see a lot of YouTube, you see a lot of Twitter posts that will tell you, hey, I made one soul into $80,000, one soul into $100,000, or one soul into $20,000. The reason they did this is because they learned to avoid FOL, and FOL is the fear of losing. They don't have a problem with losing that one soul. That's why it's extremely important that you follow me on here on YouTube, you share this video with your friends. It's important you follow me on X, because when you get rid of the fear of losing, you're going to be gaining more than you're putting in, because you're not going to be worried about you losing that particular. Now, what I suggest is always, guys, remember, when you invest wisely, and you don't put all your tokens or all your money in one token, or all your money when you first buy. That's why I teach you guys exactly how to trade and how to get everything done. So what did we learn today? Quick recap. If you avoid these 3 things, you're going to become successful when trading meme coins and when trading in general. Number 1, avoid FOMO. Number 2, avoid SAB. And number 3, avoid FOL. So if you guys learn these 3 things, you guys are going to be successful when it comes to trading meme coins. And don't forget, follow us on our socials if you guys want to make sure you're constantly in some really good place. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to share it, and I will catch you guys on the next video.